The Colossus moved through the dark space like a silver needle, glowing softly against the endless black. It was 5 kilometers long, made of powerful metal and advanced human technology. It was humanity's pride, and humanity's most dangerous weapon. It was the biggest ship humans had ever created. Captain Hannah Park sat in her command chair at the center of the bridge. Her back was straight, her eyes calm but sharp. Holographic screens floated around her like blue ghosts, showing hundreds of readings and live data. The bridge itself was alive with sound, beeping controls, soft alarms, and the quiet voices of crew members. Hannah had served the Terran Navy for 20 years. A small scar above her right eyebrow reminded her of her first training accident. Her slight limp came from a rescue mission that went wrong. Every mark on her body was a memory, proof that she fought for humanity's place in the stars. "All systems nominal, Captain," said Chief Engineer Takim. His fingers danced across the control panels like a pianist. "Quantum drives at peak efficiency." Takim had worked on the Colossus since the first metal plate was welded. Some said he knew the ship better than he knew his own family. During the testing phase, his quick thinking had saved 20 people. If anyone kept the Colossus alive, it was him. Captain Hannah nodded. "Prepare for departure. Our mission begins now. Investigate the stellar anomaly." The Colossus carried 10,000 souls, engineers, scientists, soldiers, doctors, families. It was more than a warship. It was a moving city designed to survive decades in deep space if needed. "Disengaging docking clamps," reported the docking officer. A heavy vibration moved through the hull as giant mechanical arms released the ship. For something so massive, the Colossus moved with surprising grace. Its engines came alive, glowing white-blue as it left the station. The stars outside seemed to bend as the ship picked up speed. Science Officer June Lay stepped next to Hannah. "Captain, the anomaly is still stable. But its energy readings are strange." "How strange?" Hannah asked. June swallowed. "Energy waves we have never seen before. Not natural. Not random. Almost like a signal." The word hung in the air like ice. A signal. From what? Or from who? Hannah's expression tightened. "Keep scanning. I want full spectrum analysis." "Yes, Captain." Across the bridge, people exchanged quiet looks. Everyone felt it. The mission brief had said the anomaly was mysterious. But no one expected this. Suddenly, an alarm beeped. "Captain," Communications Officer Rafi called out. "We are receiving something." Hannah turned. "Define something." "It's not human, ma'am. Not any known frequency. The pattern repeats every 6 seconds." A cold silence filled the bridge. Takim looked up from his console. "Could be interference." Rafi shook his head. "No, sir. It's structured. Intentional." Hannah stood. The air around her changed. The captain in her awakened. "Put it on speakers." Rafi hesitated. "Are you sure, Captain?" Hannah nodded once. A soft crackle filled the bridge. Then a strange, low sound. It was not a word. Not a language they knew. Almost like a whisper mixed with metal. No one moved. No one breathed. The sound repeated. June's eyes widened. "Captain, it's coming directly from the center of the anomaly." Taki muttered, "Something is inside it." Hannah's voice was firm. "Is it a threat?" "We cannot confirm," June replied. "But whatever it is, it's not natural." Rafi suddenly stiffened. "Captain." The signal changed. Another noise came through the speakers, this one sharper, clearer. Like something trying to speak. "HUMAN, COLOSSUS." A chill shot through everyone. They understood the word. "Human." Hannah whispered, barely audible, "It knows us." Before anyone could react, the ship shook violently. Every screen flickered. Red lights flashed. "Unknown object emerging from the anomaly." June shouted. Takim yelled, "Shields up. Charge all defensive systems." The crew rushed to their positions. Hannah tightened her grip on her chair. A massive, dark shape appeared on the screen, slowly, silently, like a shadow crawling out of another reality. It was not a ship. It was not a living creature. It was something else. Something old. Something watching them. Rafi whispered, voice trembling, "Captain, it's scanning us." Hannah raised her head, jaw set. "Let it. The Colossus will not break." The shadow shape pulsed with strange energy. The alien signal stopped. The bridge fell into silence. Everyone waited. The alien object slowly turned, directly facing the Colossus. And then the lights of the Colossus flickered again. "Captain," June said, voice shaking, "it's sending a message directly to you." Hannah swallowed. Put it through. A cold, mechanical voice filled the bridge. Humanity, your time has come. The crew gasped. The shadow object started charging energy, power levels rising beyond anything human. Takim shouted, "Captain, it's preparing to fire." Hannah stared at the screen. Her voice was calm, deadly calm. "Battle stations. All hands, prepare for first contact." And so, humanity's greatest ship met the unknown. Alarms screamed across the Colossus. Red lights flashed along the walls. Every crew member felt the same thing, fear mixed with duty. The alien object ahead of them glowed with rising energy, like a dark star preparing to explode. Captain Hannah Park stood completely still, her face calm, her mind sharp. "Report," she ordered. Science Officer June checked her console quickly. "Captain, the alien energy buildup is increasing. It will reach critical level in 20 seconds. Chief Engineer Takim's voice cut through the noise. "If it fires that beam at us, even the Colossus may not survive." The ship shuddered again as if space itself was twisting around the alien object. Hannah took a deep breath. "Activate forward shields. Maximum power." Takim nodded. "Yes, Captain." Rerouting all non-essential energy to shields. Lights dimmed across the bridge as huge amounts of power moved into the defensive grid. On the main screen, the alien object expanded, its strange metal surface opening like a living creature revealing its core. It was preparing to attack. Rafi, the communications officer, whispered, "Captain, it's watching us. I can feel it." Hannah didn't answer. She couldn't let fear slow her thinking. "June, scan again. Find any weakness. Any pattern." June's fingers moved fast. Her face turned pale. "Captain, this thing is not a ship. It's like a machine, but also alive." "Alive how?" Hannah demanded. "It reacts to energy. It learns. It adapts." The bridge went silent for a moment. Then the alien object suddenly shot out a long beam of black light. "Incoming attack." Takim yelled. "Brace." Hannah commanded. The beam struck the Colossus shields with a soundless shock. A huge wave of energy rolled across the ship. Lights flickered. Metal groaned like a giant whale under pressure. The whole ship trembled. A few crew members fell from their seats. Sparks exploded from a panel. Rafi shouted over the noise. "Shields holding at 78%. The attack is still continuous." Takim yelled. "It's not a beam, it's draining our energy." Hannah's eyes widened. "Draining?" June nodded quickly. "It's pulling power from our shields like a parasite." The attack continued. The alien machine glowed brighter as it consumed their energy. "Shields at 62%. Captain, we need to move." Engine pressure rising. Every second the Colossus was being eaten alive. Hannah made her decision. "Helm, evasive maneuver Delta 3. Get us out of the beam." The ship roared as its massive engines fired. The Colossus moved sideways with surprising speed for its size. The alien beam missed, for a moment. The alien machine turned instantly, following them like a predator chasing prey. "It's predicting our movement," June yelled. Takim slammed his hand on the console. "Nothing this big should move that fast. Captain, it's reading our engine output." Hannah's voice cut through the chaos. "Prepare countermeasures." Rafi blinked. "For a ship this size? Do it." "Shields at 39%. June shouted. The alien machine launched another blast, this one larger, darker, almost like a wave of shadows. "It's firing again." Everything slowed for a moment. The crew took a breath. The beam got closer. Then, "Deploy decoy flares." Hannah ordered. A series of massive energy flares launched from the Colossus, bright spheres that sparkled like tiny suns. They exploded in front of the alien beam, creating a burst of light that confused its scanning sensors. The dark beam split and hit the flares instead. Boom. Silence. The Colossus escaped the beam. Takim gasped. "Captain, that bought us 10 seconds. No more." June checked the readings. "The alien machine is adjusting. It's learning our tricks." Hannah stared at the screen. "Then we must be faster." A new alarm beeped. "Eye sharp, urgent." Rafi's voice shook. "Captain, the object is sending another message." Everyone froze. Hannah slowly nodded. "Put it through." A cold whisper echoed across the bridge. "Human vessel, you cannot escape. Your power belongs to us." The crew looked at each other in horror. Takim clenched his jaw. "Captain, this thing wants our energy. Maybe even the entire quantum drive." June added, If it takes the quantum drive, it will gain power equal to a small star. Hannah sat down slowly in her chair. What does it want with that much energy? June's voice was almost a whisper. Maybe, to open something. Hannah's eyes narrowed. No. Not on my watch. Another reading appeared on the screen. The alien machine was opening again, wider this time, revealing hundreds of glowing symbols inside it. Like an ancient language, full of power. June gasped. Captain, the symbols are matching patterns from deep space ruins we found last year. Takim frowned. What does that mean? June swallowed. It means this thing did not just appear today. Hannah leaned forward. Explain. June's voice trembled. This alien machine is old. Maybe thousands of years. It was waiting in the anomaly, waiting for something powerful enough to activate it. Us, Hannah said quietly. It was waiting for the Colossus. The alien machine began charging again, this time much stronger. Takim shouted. Captain. This energy level is impossible. If it fires this, we will not survive, June finished. The bridge shook from the rising power. Hannah looked around at her crew, fear in their eyes but trust too. Listen to me, she said. We are humanity's first line. We do not break. We do not run. She pointed at the alien machine on the screen. And we will not let this thing take our future. Her voice became steel. All hands, prepare for counterattack. The Colossus engines roared. The alien machine aimed its core. Two giants faced each other in the dark of space. First contact had become war. The Colossus turned slowly in space, its massive engines glowing blue as the crew prepared for their first counterattack. The alien machine ahead of them pulsed with dark energy, growing brighter with every second, as if it was waking up from a long sleep. Captain Hannah Park stood on the bridge, her eyes fixed on the screen. Weapon control report. Weapons Officer Darian replied quickly. All plasma batteries ready, Captain. Rail cannons charged. Missile bays armed. We can fire on your command. Takim added. Shield stabilizing at 41%. But if that thing fires again at full power, our shield won't hold. June continued scanning the alien machine. Captain, the symbols on its surface are changing again. They look like commands. Hannah frowned. Commands for what? June shook her head slowly. I don't know. But it feels like it's preparing something bigger. The alien machine glowed brighter, a cold, sharp light. Rafi looked nervous. Captain, it's sending another message. Hannah took a breath. Put it through. A harsh metallic voice echoed across the bridge. Human Colossus, surrender your power. Resistance will end in destruction. The crew stared at the speakers in silence. Hannah stood tall. We do not surrender. Darian said through clenched teeth. Captain, permission to fire? Hannah didn't answer immediately. She analyzed the screen carefully. The alien machine looked strange, smooth outside, alive inside, glowing symbols constantly shifting. It didn't look like a ship at all. More like a guardian. Or worse, a hunter. Hannah finally spoke. Darian, target the outer shell. Fire when ready. Yes, Captain. The Colossus' massive cannons moved into position. Lights along the sides of the ship glowed bright white. Plasma batteries ready. Rail cannons locked. Missiles online. Hannah raised her hand. Fire. The Colossus unleashed its fury. 3 giant plasma beams shot out, crossing the darkness like blazing suns. Rail cannon slugs followed, traveling at incredible speed. A group of guided missiles launched, leaving long trails of light behind them. The shots reached the alien machine. And every single one of them stopped. Not missed. Not deflected. Stopped. A faint shimmering field appeared around the alien machine, swallowing all human attacks like smoke into a vacuum. Darian stared. What was that? Takim's face went pale. It absorbed the attack. June checked her readings again. No, it didn't just absorb it. It grew stronger. The alien machine glowed a deeper blue now, humming with new energy. Takim slammed his fist on the console. That thing is feeding on our weapon fire. Hannah felt a cold wave inside her chest. So it wants our energy. It wants everything we can produce. The alien machine suddenly expanded, its outer rings rotating faster, creating a strange spiral of light. June's voice shook. Captain, this is new. I think it's opening something again. A crack appeared in space in front of the alien machine, small at first, then wider like a black tear in reality. Rafi whispered. What is that, a portal? June nodded slowly. Yes. And something is coming through. The bridge fell silent. The tier opened wider, revealing a swirling interior of darkness mixed with glowing blue lines. Then, something moved inside it. A new shape began to emerge, bigger than the machine itself. Takim looked horrified. Captain, that thing was not alone. Hannah kept her voice steady. Darien, reload all weapons. Aim everything at the portal. Yes, Captain. The alien machine pulsed twice as if warning them. Then its voice echoed again. Humanity, do not resist. You are energy. Nothing more. Hannah's jaw tightened. We are more than that. But the new shape pushed through the portal. A massive black structure wider than a city covered in the same symbols. It looked ancient, powerful, and full of hunger. June whispered, Captain, this may be a collector fleet. Machines built to drain stars. The crew froze. Takim felt sweat on his forehead. If they drain our quantum drive, they could open portals anywhere, maybe even to Earth. Hannah suddenly felt cold. Her home. Humanity itself in danger. No. This ends here. A deep alarm rang across the bridge. Whoa. Darien shouted. Captain. The new object is charging a massive energy wave. June added quickly. Power level is beyond anything we've seen. If it hits us. Hannah raised her hand sharply. We won't let it. She turned to Takim. Engineer. What if we reverse the quantum drive flow? Takim blinked. Reverse? Captain, that could overload our engines. It could also create a shockwave strong enough to disrupt the portal. Takim thought for only 2 seconds, then nodded. It will work. But only once. Hannah looked at her crew. They trusted her. They believed in her. Prepare for quantum reverse pulse, she ordered. Takim shouted commands to his team. Lights across the ship turned red as power rerouted. The Colossus vibrated, its engines reaching dangerous levels. June stared at her readings. Captain, the portal is widening. The second machine is almost through. Rafi yelled. Alien signal increasing. They know what we're doing. The alien machine's voice cracked through the speakers. Human vessel, stop. Your destruction is certain. Hannah replied softly but firmly. Not today. Takim's console flashed. Captain. Quantum drive ready. We can release the pulse. Hannah raised her hand. Now. Takim slammed the control. The Colossus exploded with light. A massive blue shockwave burst from the ship, spreading out like a storm. The wave hit the alien machine. Then the portal. Then the massive entity trying to emerge. And for the first time, the alien machine shook. The symbols on its body flickered. The portal trembled. The giant emerging machine was forced backward. June gasped. It's working. The portal is destabilizing. But Takim shouted, Captain, our engines are overheating. If we continue? Hannah clenched her fists. We hold. The shockwave kept pushing the portal. Cracks appeared around it. The alien machine screamed in a metallic voice. Stop. Humanity, stop. You do not understand. Hannah whispered. Oh, we understand. She stared at the collapsing portal. We understand you're afraid. And then, with a final flash, the portal shattered. The alien machine reeled backward, its energy fading. The bridge filled with silence. Hannah stood tall. Prepare for next attack. We are not done. But deep inside her, she knew the enemy was far from defeated. And this was only the beginning. The bridge of the Colossus fell into a heavy silence. The portal was gone. The second alien machine had been forced back into whatever dark place it came from. And the first machine, the one that had attacked them, was drifting in space like a wounded giant. Its glowing symbols flickered weakly. Its dark metal skin, once smooth and perfect, was now cracked with thin lines of blue light leaking out. But no one on the Colossus felt safe. Captain Hannah Park did not relax. June, status of the alien machine? June's fingers flew across her console. It's damaged, Captain. The shockwave disrupted its energy core. But, it's not dead. Takim added urgently. Captain, our engines are overheated. Shield grid unstable. Weapons down to 30% power. We cannot take another hit like before. Rafi turned from the comm panel. Captain, no new messages from the alien machine. It's silent. Hannah narrowed her eyes. Machines don't stay silent. Not after hunting us this far. She looked at the dark shape on the screen. It wasn't moving. It wasn't glowing strongly. But it was watching them. Hannah could feel it. The deep quiet on the bridge was broken when Darien spoke. Captain, should we finish it? Destroy it while it's weak? The crew waited. Hannah didn't answer immediately. She studied the alien object, its shape, its symbols, the unstable light flickering across its body. Finally she said, "No, not yet." Darian frowned. "Captain, it tried to kill us. It tried to take our drive." Hannah replied calmly, "And we need to know why." June hesitated. "Captain, do you think it will talk?" Hannah stared at the flickering alien machine. "If it thinks we're a threat now, yes, it will talk." Suddenly, the alien machine pulsed once, weakly. Blue light shimmered across its symbols. Rafi gasped. "It's powering up again." Takim stood straight. "Captain, we don't have the shields for another hit." But something strange happened. Instead of firing, instead of attacking, the alien machine released a low, almost sad sound. A vibration. A hum. Rafi blinked. It's sending a message." "Put it through," Hannah ordered. A soft, broken voice came through the speakers. "Who, man, do not understand?" The lights on the alien machine flickered like a heartbeat slowing down. "We warned you, but you fought. Why?" Hannah stepped closer to the main screen. "You tried to drain us. You tried to force a portal open near our ship. You threatened Earth. We protected ourselves." A long pause. Then the alien voice returned, weaker. We're not threatening you." The entire bridge stared. June whispered, "Captain, what is it saying?" The alien voice continued. "We needed power to close the rift." Hannah frowned. "What rift?" The alien machine pulsed, showing the memory as a holographic projection. The image filled the bridge. A giant tear in space. Dark energy. Blue symbols. Dozens of ancient machines similar to the one before them, fighting something massive beyond the tear. A creature. A shadow. A presence so large it covered stars. June covered her mouth. "Captain, that's not a portal. It's a wound in space." The alien voice said, "The rift opens when energy is low. We hold it closed. For cycles and cycles, we protect this region." Hannah looked shocked. "You protect us? Your guardians?" The machine pulsed once. "When your ship arrived, your quantum drive woke the rift." Takim whispered, "Oh no." June added softly, "Our drive was so powerful, it acted like a beacon." The alien machine's voice cracked. "We needed your power to seal the rift. But you resisted, and it opened wider." The crew fell silent. Rafi swallowed. "Captain, did we almost release something terrible?" Hannah didn't answer. She already knew the answer. "Yes, they almost did." The alien voice faded again. "We are the Wardens, built by an ancient race. That race is gone. But we remain." Darian stepped forward. "If you are protectors, why did you attack us?" The machine replied, "Your weapons fed the rift. Your energy made the tear stronger." Takim closed his eyes. "So every time we fired, we were helping the problem." Hannah exhaled slowly. "We misread everything." The alien voice dimmed. "More Wardens will come. The rift must be closed. If not, the Devourer wakes." Hannah asked quickly, "The large machine coming through the portal, was that a Warden too?" A long pause. "No." Everyone froze. The alien machine continued. "That was the Devourer's hand. One of many. If the rift opens fully, the Devourer will follow." June whispered in horror. "Captain, we didn't stop a second protector. We stopped the enemy of the Wardens." Takim looked at the trembling alien machine. "Captain, it's dying." Hannah stepped forward. "Warden, tell us how to help. Tell us how to close the rift." The alien machine's voice trembled. "Our core is failing. We cannot close the rift without more power." Hannah understood. "You need our quantum drive again." The alien voice flickered. "Yes, but you will die if you give it." Silence. The Colossus was damaged. The alien threat was bigger than they imagined. The rift was waking, and Earth was far behind them. Hannah looked at her crew. "We choose life. For our people. For our galaxy." She turned to Takim. "Prepare limited quantum transfer. Just enough to stabilize the Warden." Takim hesitated. "Captain, this is risky. Very risky." "I know," she whispered. "But the Warden is the only one who understands the rift." The Warden's lights dimmed again. "Who, mans, you choose to help?" "Yes," Hannah said. "Because we now understand the danger." Slowly, the Colossus began transferring energy to the Warden. The alien machine glowed brighter, slowly recovering. But something else happened. June shouted, "Captain, the rift is pulsing again." Rafi added, "New signals appearing." Takim yelled, "Captain, something is coming, something big." Hannah stared at the screen. The rift was opening again, wider than before, and a massive dark shape was forming behind it. This was not the hand. This was something else. Something worse. June whispered in fear, "Captain, I think this is the Devourer itself." Hannah's voice was firm. "Battle stations, prepare for final contact." The real enemy had arrived. The Titan-class ship Helios Vanguard moved deeper into the unknown star system. Its giant engines hummed softly, but inside the ship no one felt calm. A thick silence filled every corridor. Every human, from the captain to the newest cadet, could feel the same thing. Something was watching them. Not through cameras. Not through sensors. But through the stars themselves. Helios Vanguard's long-range scanners kept picking up the same strange signal pattern, almost like someone was whispering across space. But the moment the humans tried to lock onto it, the signal vanished like dust in wind. Commander Rhea Langford stood at the observation deck window. Her face was calm, but her mind was racing. She had never seen space look like this. The stars were dimmer. The nebula ahead looked like a dark ocean frozen in time. No ship should enter such a place. And yet here they were. She pressed her hand against the cold glass. "This region, it's not natural," she whispered. Behind her, footsteps approached. It was Dr. Elon Jorik, head xenolinguist. His normally confident voice was low, almost fearful. "Commander, we found something inside the alien distress beacon." Rhea turned quickly. "Describe it." Dr. Jorik swallowed. "A warning." Rhea straightened. "From the aliens we rescued?" "No," he said quietly. "From someone else. Something else." He handed her a hollow tablet. On it, strange curved symbols floated like glowing ink. They didn't match any known alien language. Yet the message was clear, because the symbols kept changing, shifting into human-readable text. Almost like they wanted humans to understand. The translation appeared. "Turn back. This star system devours civilizations." Rhea felt her stomach tighten. Before she could speak, the ship's lights flickered. Alarms did not activate, but every screen on the deck turned white, then black, then displayed a single symbol. The spiral. Slowly turning. Slowly pulling things inward. Dr. Jorik whispered, "That is the same symbol found on the outer hull of the dead alien ships." Rhea's heart pounded. Those alien ships, massive, ancient, torn apart as if eaten by invisible jaws. They weren't destroyed by an enemy. They were erased. The door opened and Captain Idris Hale entered, his expression tense. "Commander." "Doctor." "Report." Rhea handed him the tablet without speaking. The captain read the message quietly. His jaw tightened. "Whoever sent this warning, they know we're here." Dr. Jorik added, "And they want us gone." A deep rumble vibrated through the ship's hull. All three of them froze. Then another rumble. Then another. Like something enormous was moving beneath space itself. Captain Hale rushed to the command bridge. Rhea and Jorik followed. The bridge was chaos. Officers shouting, screens flashing, readings dropping to zero. Lieutenant Vega yelled, "Sir. Space-time distortion. It's spreading across the system." "Define distortion," the captain ordered. Vega's voice shook. "Sir, space is bending. Like something is pushing through." A new energy pulse hit the ship. Every display lit up with a single reading. Mass approaching. Size unknown. Estimated scale, planetary. Rhea felt the blood drain from her face. Something bigger than a planet was moving toward them. Captain Hale's voice dropped to a whisper. "Is that a ship?" "No," Vega whispered. "It's not metal. It's not energy. It's alive." A shape emerged from the nebula, still far away but large enough to blot out 5 stars behind it. The ship fell silent. Every human aboard felt one thing. Fear. Pure fear. Dr. Jorik whispered, "The distress signal we found, maybe it wasn't asking for help. Maybe it was a trap. Or a final attempt to warn anyone entering the system." The captain exhaled slowly. "Prepare to retreat. Full power to engines." But before the order could be executed, the alien refugees aboard the Helios Vanguard suddenly fell to their knees. They began trembling violently, their eyes glowing faintly. Rhea rushed to them. "What's happening?" One of the aliens, weak, pale, barely recovered, lifted his head. His voice was thin but filled with terror. You awakened it. The captain leaned in. What is it? The alien pointed a shaking finger toward the massive shadow forming in the nebula. The devourer of civilizations. The one my people fled from. The reason we sent the beacon. The alien coughed blood, grabbing Ria's arm. We did not call for help. We called for someone who might run faster. To warn the galaxy. Ria felt her chest tighten. So the beacon wasn't asking humans to save you? No, the alien breathed. It was begging you to escape. A final pulse of energy hit the Helios Vanguard. The decks trembled. The gravity shifted for a moment. The lights flickered with a sound like static and whispers. The giant shadow in the nebula opened something. Not eyes. Not engines. Something impossible. Something hungry. Captain Hale shouted, "Helm! Maximum thrust. Get us out." But before he could finish, the shadow moved faster than anything that large should move. It was coming for them. And everyone on the Titan-class ship knew. This was not just a first contact. This was a warning of something far worse. And it had finally noticed humanity. The Helios Vanguard shook like a leaf caught in a storm. The ship's metal frame groaned as the massive shadow in the nebula moved closer. No human had ever seen something this big. It wasn't a creature, and yet it lived. It wasn't a ship, and yet it traveled through space as easily as a predator swimming through deep water. On the bridge, every officer was frozen except one. Captain Idris Hale. His voice cut through fear like a blade. All stations. Emergency retreat. Burn every drop of fuel. Move now. Engines roared, shields lit up, hull plates vibrated. But the shadow still grew larger behind them. Commander Ria Langford stared at the view screen. It's following us without moving. That didn't make sense, but the sensors confirmed it. The creature didn't chase them or accelerate. It simply existed. And space around it bent, pulling the ship closer like gravity obeyed its will. Lieutenant Vega whispered, "Sir. The starfield behind us is shifting. Space itself is folding." Then came the sound. A deep, low hum. Almost like a voice. Almost like a whisper. But it wasn't coming through speakers. It came from inside their minds. Every human on the ship felt it. A pressure, a warning, a hunger. Dr. Elin Jorik grabbed his head. It's communicating, but not with language. It's using thought waves. The alien refugees began screaming. Their limbs shook, their eyes rolled back. Ria ran to them, but one alien grabbed her hand with surprising strength. "You must leave," he begged. "We're trying," she said, voice shaking. The alien shook his head violently. "No. You do not understand. Running with engines will not save you. It can reach across the fabric of space. It feeds on civilizations. On thought. On memory. It devours history." Ria froze. "It consumes minds?" "Yes," the alien whispered. "It has no body. Only hunger." The first attack. A dark ripple spread through the nebula. Not light, not energy, but absence. It hit the Helios Vanguard like a wave. Lights died. Engines sputtered. Gravity flickered. Officers were thrown from their chairs as the deck tilted. Sparks burst from consoles. Captain Hale grabbed onto a railing. "Report." Vega shouted through static. "Something is draining our power, directly from the reactors." Dr. Jorik typed rapidly on a hollow screen. "It's absorbing electromagnetic energy. The creature is feeding on us." Ria shouted, "Shut down the reactors. Starve it." But Jorik shook his head. "If we do that, we lose life support. The ship will freeze within minutes." The hum inside their minds grew louder. More aggressive. A message formed in every mind at once. "You are new. You are warm. You will be mine." Ria felt her heart skip. Dr. Jorik fell to his knees. Several officers collapsed, fainting. The captain slammed his fist into a console. "You will not have my crew." A desperate plan. Ria forced herself to stand. "Captain. We need a jump. Any direction. Any distance." Vega objected. "We're inside a gravity-distorted region. A blind jump could tear us apart." "Staying here will tear us apart faster," Ria snapped. The captain took a long breath. "Prepare for an uncalculated FTL burst." The bridge officers looked at him in shock. "That's suicide," Vega whispered. Captain Hale looked at every frightened face around him. His voice softened, but his eyes burned with resolve. Humanity did not build Titan-class ships to die quietly. He pointed forward. "We jump. Now." Vega hesitated only a second, then nodded and began typing. "Charging FTL core, as much as it can hold." The ship trembled again. The shadow outside had grown so large it filled the entire view screen. It wasn't chasing. It was surrounding. The nebula shook like water. Stars bent. The hum became a roar. You cannot leave. The sacrifice. Before the jump sequence finished, an alarm screamed. Dr. Jorek stared at the screen. Oh no. It found our FTL core. Rhea turned. What do you mean? It's feeding on the energy spike. It knows we're trying to escape. Captain Hale's voice grew cold. Then we give it something else to feed on. He turned to the weapons officer. Arm the experimental antimatter warhead. The officer froze. Sir, you can't be serious. That's for planetary targets. Hale looked into the black abyss on the screen. This was bigger than a planet. Do it. The warhead was armed. A glowing red countdown began. Rhea grabbed the captain's arm. If this fails? It won't, he said quietly. Not while we still fight. The detonation. The Helios Vanguard fired the warhead into the nebula. For one instant, it floated silently. Small. Weak. Insignificant. Then, boom. A white sphere expanded, devouring the darkness itself. Shockwaves hit the creature. The hum turned into a scream inside their minds. The shadow twisted. Its form shattered like broken smoke. Vega shouted, now. Jump. FTL engines roared. The world stretched. The stars blurred. And the Helios Vanguard disappeared into faster-than-light. After the jump, everything was dark. One by one lights flickered on. Rhea gasped. We made it. The crew cheered weakly, crying, hugging, breathing again. But the captain did not celebrate. He looked at the stars around them. Clear, calm, normal. Then he whispered. That was not a victory. Rhea turned to him. What do you mean? He pointed at the scanner. There was a faint reading. A tiny signal. A whisper. I will follow. Rhea's breath trembled. It survived. The captain nodded slowly. And now it knows humanity exists. Silence filled the bridge. The Helios Vanguard had escaped. But something ancient, something hungry, something that had devoured civilizations, was coming. And humanity had become its next target.